In this video, what we're going to be looking at is the differences between a bobcat's tracks and a coyote's tracks. We've had a discussion here recently in New Hampshire on whether or not to have a bobcat season, and it looks like they voted it in. There's going to be a short trapping as well as a short hunting season done by lottery. And regardless of where you stand, so that's not what this video is about. The purpose of this video is just to go over the differences between the two tracks so you can identify them as soon as you're out in the woods, especially in the snow. So stick with me. I'm going to point out a few differences, and by the time we're done, you'll never have a problem deciding whether you're looking at a coyote track or a bobcat track. Alright, the tracks we're going to look at right here are ones that I picked up yesterday, crossed the road, and now we're going to take a look at them. And I got some great tracks right here to go over to show you some of these differences. So let's take a look at some of these tracks. Alright, one thing we're going to notice right away that I always look for is just how round the track is. Now usually a coyote track is going to be more like an egg shaped. But if you look at the pattern of the pads on the bottom of the paw, you're going to notice that they're really round in their size, in their shape and whatnot. Another thing you look for are these two outside pads where they touch. A lot of times on a coyote they're a lot closer together and they're more underneath the front ones a little bit, as opposed to the bobcat where you see they kind of spread right out. The bottom of the pad's got like 3 lobes that you'll see. These tacks are a little bit tough. They're melted out after that rain, I think, but they give you a pretty good idea of what the bobcat track looks like. But again, notice how round that the track that's left behind by a bobcat is, as opposed to the coyote track that we're going to look at later. And again, another good indicator, if you're following tracks and they get up on top of a log like this, a coyote's not going to walk and run along the top of this log. But you know a bobcat will. And that's just what this one here did. Here again, I jumped off this log, landed right down in here, bounded over, and ended up going underneath and in amongst these trees. But you can tell how those pads are more wide. I mean, a bobcat's track is more wide than it is long. And that's a pretty good example of a track right there. Sometimes they're a little harder to tell than others, but sometimes just what they're doing is going to tell you a lot. A coyote's not going to come in here, get in these mix of trees and jump around on them like a jungle gym, like a cat would. Cat wouldn't think 2 things about it. And that's just what this one did here. But nice to get a picture of her sitting inside these trees, that'd been for sure.